Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. This is actually my 100th video on YouTube, or more specifically, AuthorTube. So this has been a really fun ride, and I'm so happy that I started this channel. Initially, it was created to serve a need. So people kept asking me some of the same questions over and over about publishing or self-publishing, and so I thought, okay, well let me type out an answer and I can just copy paste and send it. But I didn't feel like I was making a connection with that, so I thought, okay, I'll write out the answer, I'll record it, and then I can send somebody the video link. And now they feel like they're getting a personalized answer from me, and I can spend my extra time writing my book, which is what I love to do. So that is where this channel was born from. So I didn't come in thinking I would love to be on camera. I'm actually super awkward and anxious, and you all probably notice all of my tics that I have on camera. But I've gained so much from this channel and being able to connect with people. I really didn't expect this to become a part of my life, and it has, and that's so amazing. So if you're an author who's just starting out on AuthorTube, I want to give you some of the tips that I've learned over the past 99 videos, so that way maybe that can help you as well. So the first thing that I found to be really helpful was batch recording, editing, and making my custom thumbnails. Without batching, I would be spending so much time going back and forth. Is this done? Is that done? I just find it so much easier in my process to knock out a couple of hours, get some videos done. Thankfully, I do shorter videos, and I'll get to that a bit later. So it makes the batching a lot faster, whereas I know some people who do 30 minutes per video, they can only batch so many. Another thing that I learned a lot about is keywords and descriptions, because, we use things the way that people actually use them, MK, come on. So it took me a while to figure out how to best use my keywords and descriptions, but one thing that I found is that the more I was posting videos, the more I was like, okay, I actually want people to find these answers that I'm putting out, because these are the questions that I had when I was starting out self-publishing that I couldn't find an answer for anywhere. So instead of just being, up on my high horse, like whatever, people can find it, I actually started using keywords and descriptions, and go figure, people could find my videos. So that was something that was really helpful. So I would suggest if you're starting out, pay attention to those. Oh, another thing I've noticed too is always making sure that a book cover for one of my books or one of my clients' books is visible in the background. So since I've changed my setup, they're way further in the background. But if you go back to my first few videos, all the books are turned so you can just see the spine, and that doesn't really help if I'm trying to get people to see the cover of my book so many times that eventually they're like, oh, I see that book everywhere, I should buy it. So that was one thing that I learned that you can probably replicate as well on your AuthorTube channel, is just make sure your books are visible somewhere. And with that goes to always try to improve. So even while I batch my videos, I only do about 6 to 8 at a time, because over the course of 2 months, I inevitably learn something new that I want to try out, that I want to incorporate in my videos. You'll probably notice there were a few, around like 30, that suddenly had totally different custom stills, and that's because I was like, let me try something new. Nope, that didn't work. Go back to the old way. So I definitely enjoy testing things out, seeing what works, what people respond to, because obviously I want people to find these videos and get value from them. And therefore I need to respond to what people are telling me that they like, either verbally, by actually writing a comment, I like this, I don't like this, or by what they're watching and spending their time on. So that was really helpful. And getting feedback from people is great. So I actually was at a conference related to my role with the Choosify podcast a month ago, and Anna, who is an aspiring author and has an amazing food blog, was kind of like, hey, I have a photography background, can I give you some tips? So as you'll notice, I now sit over to the side of the screen, and that is because Anna gave me some tips. I'm still trying to figure out the background blur thing, but I'm working on it, Anna. Got you, girl. Okay, another thing that I've learned on my journey with AuthorTube is that YouTube likes longer videos. They want them to be around like 8 to 12 minutes long. So I'm a writer, and even though I'm a full-time writer now, when I had a full-time job and I was a part-time writer, I had very limited precious time to write. And I knew that I didn't want to be somebody who was just droning on and on and on just to fill 12 minutes to rank higher on YouTube, when I know that every minute that you're watching these videos is very precious to you. So I consciously made the decision to keep my videos short, knowing that YouTube wouldn't like them as much. Sorry, but that was the whole point of this channel. It's called The Writer's Minute. This video is definitely going to go longer than my usual. Most of them are around 3 to 4 minutes. So I just want to give people a quick answer to what they're looking for so they can move on, make the decisions they need for publishing, and get back to writing their book. So that was one thing that I decided to say, okay, I learned that, I know that, not going to use it. Another big thing that I learned about, which has been super helpful, is TubeBuddy. You can get a Chrome extension for it, and why you aren't using Chrome, if you're sitting there saying I don't use Chrome, I don't understand. Get Chrome, then get the TubeBuddy Chrome extension. It's really helpful, especially when you're picking out those keywords that I mentioned earlier. You don't have to buy the upgraded version, in my opinion. There are a lot of features that are unlocked when you purchase it, but their free version still gives you a lot. And if you're somebody who's just starting out on YouTube and you're kind of saying, hey, I'm building my platform with this, but I don't have a lot of money to invest here because I'm investing it elsewhere in my author business, it is a-okay for you to use the free version until you're ready to upgrade and you really need something. So I would definitely just give you that advice with TubeBuddy. Another thing is connecting with others. So this is definitely a big part of my story with self-publishing, is that I felt so isolated and alone, and like I grew up with the internet. Why didn't I think to like connect with other people earlier? I don't know. But so a little bit after I started the channel, I was finally like, oh, I wish there were like other people I could talk to about this or get some tips on. And I realized there is a whole AuthorTube out there, and I finally found the Facebook group. So if you are an author making videos on here and you don't know about the Facebook group, join the AuthorTube Facebook group. If you only found this through the Facebook group, yep, I was super late to the game and I could have learned a lot before I got started on my channel. But again, learned the hard way, and I found it really helpful to connect with others because we're all trying to do the same thing. We all want to be good authors. We want to improve our craft. We want to connect with people. We want those readers to connect with our stories. So it's nice to be able to interact with people who get the same things that I get, or have the same challenges that I'm having, or can say, hey, like this new thing came out, watch out for it, or is anybody else having this problem? So connecting with others has been a huge benefit, and has helped me come out of my shell a bit. Again, as I mentioned in this video, I am super awkward and don't like being on camera, but I like helping people, so that's a compromise that I make. Okay, so the other thing that I've learned, and I mentioned this before, is that I do enjoy optimizing my channel. It definitely plays well to that side of my brain that's very analytical and technical. But at the end of the day, I really would rather just be writing my next book. That's my passion. So I've definitely learned to find a good balance of time between I could sit here and optimize everything and do every little thing that YouTube wants to really skyrocket the visibility for the videos. And I do continue to make improvements every time, but I also want to make sure I'm watching the clock. You know, if too much of the day gets by and I haven't gotten any writing in, okay, well then what was the point? Just so I can get a couple extra subscribers on YouTube? I mean, I'll take them, obviously, please subscribe. But, you know, I want to make sure I'm not getting too lost in the weeds. So that is what I've learned so far in my 100 videos on YouTube. So I hope this has been helpful for you. And if there's any content that you want to see me answer, please let me know. The whole point of this channel is to answer questions for people, help people out who are starting on their self-publishing journey, who are getting stuck on these very technical things that are kind of hard to find answers for. So definitely drop a note in the comments letting me know what you want to hear, what you want to have me answer or talk about, and I will gladly do that. So if you found information in this video or in any of my other videos helpful, please give this a thumbs up and subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell. So when you do that, it lets YouTube know that you're finding value in the content, and when you ring the bell, then you're going to get notified every time a new video drops, so you'll get this information right away. Thanks for watching today, and now you can go back to writing your book.